Honorable Justice Deepak Mishra, former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Dev Vajpayee, the galaxy of eminent moderators and panelists from amongst the top General Counsel and in-house counsel, my colleagues in the profession, last but not the least, Akriti Raizada and her team, Mr. Vishal Sharma, Mr. Ashok Raizada, and the participating ladies and gentlemen. Legal Era is hosting its annual flagship Thought Leadership Virtual Conference, that is Legal Era Gen Next Business and Law Congress 2021. The conference theme is what should be the progressive trends in law for economic growth? What legal inventions are required for business continuity? Jurisprudence, futuristic laws for new tech world, and challenges pre, during, and post pandemic. This is a 10th year of Gen Next Business and Law Congress, and the aim is to keep the name Gen Next was to initiate discussions, integrate the business and law community, and innovate new approach for economic growth. It has been a brilliant initiative by Akriti Raizada and Legal Era. This initiative indicates a relearning experience. Relearning experience for the reason that we have faced the pandemic and we are still facing the pandemic and the after effects of the pandemic. This pandemic has brought all of us into the new tech world, where data technology rules the world, and it is very imperative to have formalized laws that can govern this era and secure our present and future. Why I say relearning? Because the pandemic has also taught us to rethink, reinvent, and renovate our structure of business and law. Is this structure sound? What can be progressive legal inventions, jurisprudence, futuristic laws for the new tech world? I think the challenges are facing us in a very big way. I'm sorry that if I'm striking a bit jarring note, but I speak for the legal profession, I speak for the rule of law, I speak for efficient administration of our system of justice. We are facing nearly a total breakdown of the system of administration of justice. In pre-pandemic period, we had nearly 3 crore cases pending. In current scenario, that is in the year 2021, and we have the March and April figures, there are more than 4.5 crore cases pending, an increase of nearly 1.5 crore cases during this very short period of a year and a half or nearly 2 years. Therefore, new innovations are required to enable us to carry out a total overhauling if the rule of law is to survive. First and foremost, new inventions, innovations, technologies are required to face and deal with the notorious law's delays. What are we doing to overcome this problem of the law's delays? Because if justice is delayed, it means justice is denied. If justice is denied, then where is the rule of law? Therefore, how do we overcome this basic fundamental problem of delays in the dispensation of justice? So attention has to be focused to bring in some advanced technology, some innovations, some new thinking, some new inputs as to how we can deal with this pandemic of notorious laws delays. It has played havoc and it continues to play havoc. We have seen virtual hearings taking place in the highest court, in various high courts, and in some other tribunals. These have a very, very limited relevance. Very few cases are taken up and much less disposed of. Technology has to step in to improve the system of justice delivery system. Justice delivery can be expedited only if you have some new means to dispose of the cases so that there is no pendency. We talk about these virtual hearings, but that is not the solution. Eventually, we'll have to look for some hybrid system, or if we have to go for virtual in a big way, then bring the technology to the doorsteps of nearly 1.2 million lawyers who are practicing in the district courts of this country in far and remote corners of our country. 1.2 million lawyers. Has the government taken any steps to provide basic tools of technology to these lawyers who can't afford, you see, to have laptops and not have even mobile phones? Some of them even do not have the email IDs with them. Therefore, the first step toward this is to bring technology to the doorsteps of the legal professionals practicing in the district courts all over the country. It does not matter to those who are practicing in Supreme Court and the High Courts. They can afford to have their laptops and even jump from one laptop to another laptop to do their various cases at the same time. Therefore, the technology there has to be a big spread out of technology, not just confined, you see, to the Supreme Court and the High Court. Then government has to step in, the judiciary has to step in, and of course, the legal profession has to step in. It is my very humble view that whatever innovations are made, whatever technological improvements are desired, they should first focus on this fundamental requirement of dealing with the law's delays, which is hampering our functioning. It is also affecting our reputation as a country which believes firmly in the rule of law. Therefore, effective and proper steps have to be taken, and that will be the role of the technology, role of the inventions and innovation. Of course, there will be new laws, new technologies, but my appeal to those who are experts in this technological areas of our practice that they should focus on how to remove the law's delays. This is a wonderful event organized by Akriti Raizada and Legal Era, and I pay my tribute to the excellent work done by them in organizing this Congress spread over full 1 month, 2 days in every week, with such brilliant topics and excellent panelists and moderators. So I'm sure that it will be a great success, particularly keeping in view that the moderators and the panelists and the subjects chosen have very far-reaching impact on business and law, which is the basic theme of this Congress. Thank you very much.